There we go. You guys only missed, like, literally the 1 second in between the last moment there and here. Holy shit. Oh my god, yo, it's like lifting. Look at the back of the carrier. It's literally lifting the carrier off the ground. What the hell? Doctor!
I know that! Hold on to me!
Oh, I got you, girl.
Pull me in!
Hell yes. Shut the damn door. Holy shit, yo, what is happening? It's like causing some type of, like, gravity. I'm not really sure. Like a gravity whirlpool madness, yo. Holy shit. Oh! Holy crap, yo! That was such a cool noise that made. Boof! Holy shit, look in the distance, you guys. There's literally like thousands
There's a naval
of
fleet
them.
en route from Japan. They'll be here within the hour.
Setting course to intercept.
No. We know how to beat them now. We need to keep fighting.
Picking up a transmission.
What is it?
You ain't gonna believe this, mate. It's Prophet.
He's alive?
Ain't kicking by the sound of it. Looks like he's inside the sphere.
Lock onto his position. We're going back.
Ba ba bum ba bum 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 ba ba bum ba ba bum 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 bum. Woo! Man, that last boss fight was super annoying, man. If that like big giant thing wasn't included, I think the ending of this game would have been absolutely perfect. To just fight Reckoning and watch him faceplant into the deck of the carrier, that is epic, man. They should have had that. Like, they should have had... Oh, yeah! Get it going! There it is, you guys! Woo! My goodness. Crysis, you guys. Woo! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Man, Crysis is so fucking good, you guys. Any fan of first-person shooter games, you know, if you've never played Crysis before... Oh, maximum speed, you guys. Yeah, anybody who's never played this game before, you really have to go and play this game for yourself to really experience it, like, you know, for your own self. Instead of just watching a video on YouTube, you really gotta actually play this game to get a sense of what it's like. Amazing. Flawless. Know what I mean? Flawless. The sound design in this game is actually one of the best sound designs I've ever heard in my headset. The game looks amazing. The movement is amazing. Just an all-around amazing, incredible game. I'd strongly recommend Crysis, man, to anybody. Actually, usually... if I'm talking about, like, first-person shooter games or just video games in general, and somebody mentions first-person shooters, I always bring up Crysis. I'm like, yo, man, fucking Crysis and Black, yo. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Why those games are so good, so much better than any other first-person shooters, in my opinion, is because you have a fully destructible world. You know? Like, not to rag on other games, but there are some other games where it's like, you know, a blade of grass stops your bullet. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? That's some bullshit. Like, goddamn. Crysis just does it so fucking good. Big booms. The headset as well. It's like, the audio in this game is second to none. There's no better sound design in a first-person shooter game, in my opinion. Hell yeah. The fucking music in this game is absolutely amazing, too. Really gets you into the game. And I like how it stops. The music stops when you're about to get into, like, silent combat, but then if shit starts... Oh, shit. Ooh, listen to that beat. Hell yeah. Crysis, you guys. Hell yeah. Well done. That's a fucking sick beat. Very nice. Yeah, man, the music in this game is amazing. The story is great too, you know, you're not expecting aliens in this game. If you don't know anything about this game, you wouldn't be expecting aliens, you know, but then it goes down that road. It starts out as just a normal futuristic shooter, and then quickly transforms and mutates into something else entirely. I think that's the beauty of Crysis, is that it's not the game that you're expecting to be playing. It's a big surprise when the aliens come out, and you know what I mean? Big surprise. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much for coming out and watching my playthrough of Crysis, man. You guys are the best. If you could do me the greatest of favors, and that would be to actually subscribe to the channel, maybe even just hit a like button, leave a comment if you want, saying good job or something like that, or kiss my ass. I don't really care what you say in the comments, to be honest. Just don't be some kind of bigot idiot, or you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I had a shit ton of fun playing Crysis. Hell yeah. I haven't played this game in 7 years or something like that, so it's nice to get back into some Crysis and play it again. I'm kind of itching to play the second one, to be honest with you right now, because the second one's my favorite one. Yes, I do have all 3 Crysis games, so... Oh, a nice big stretch. Oh, sorry for the late uploads today as well. I know it's going to be pretty late by the time that I upload these 2 episodes, like the ending and then the credits roll and stuff. I know it's going to be pretty late by the time that I upload these 2, but yeah, sorry about that, guys. Just had to record a little bit late. Hell yeah. Crysis, you guys. And there's 2 sets of credits, and one of them is the Crysis original team, like the PC, the people who made the original version of the game. And then the credits that we're watching right now are obviously like the Xbox port version of the game, you know what I'm saying? So when it gets to the end of the Xbox 360 credits, that's where we'll call it a day on the credits. Wait, what's another thing there? Yeah, obviously I've come to the end of another game. Kill me, turn it down a little bit, boys. A little bit loud there, fellas. But yeah, what was I gonna say there? Yeah, I've come to the end of another game. So obviously that means that I'll be starting up a new game in the next little bit, like in the next week or something like that. But if you guys want to make a recommendation, please go ahead and do that. Put it in the comments. Tell me what game you want me to play. Just don't, like if you want me to play like something in a series, like for instance like Resident Evil or something like that, I'd have to play the first one first. That's the way this channel works. Otherwise we'd be playing Crysis 2 right now instead of Crysis 1, because Crysis 2 is the goddamn bee's knees. But we're starting at number 1. We're going to work our way up. That doesn't mean that I'm going to play Crysis 2 next. I just mean to say, like, you know, I don't want to play, like, Final Fantasy 8 just out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I want to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get the full Final Fantasy experience. Yeah, the only reason why we played Gran Turismo 2 before playing Gran Turismo 1 earlier on this year was because my copy of Gran Turismo 1 simply just does not work. Well, you do one race and then it freezes, which is obviously not very good for YouTube. But yeah, rest assured I'm going to get my hands on a copy of Gran Turismo 1 and we'll play that at some point. But yeah, like I was saying, if you want to make a recommendation for a game that you guys might want me to play, and I so happen to have it, or if I can get my my little fingers on it, then I will be sure to pick it up the next time I order a bunch of games from LukeyGames.com, you guys. Go to LukeyGames.com, you guys. LukieGames.com. Lukey Games. discs, son. You can buy virtually everything you've ever freaking heard of in your life related to video games. I'm talking like you can even buy like the old Nintendo Virtual Boy and shit like that. I'm not even kidding you. That is the greatest website on the face of the universe for people who play video games. Like, you can even buy like the old orange Duck Hunt guns and everything. You understand what I mean? Like, they have everything. It's insane, the stuff that they have, as well as games. Basically any game that you if you had a favorite game 20 years ago and you've never been able to find it again, LuckyGames.com, I can almost guarantee you that they'll have a copy of it. And it's like, within a week, arrives at your door in a nice, safe package. They put some nice bubble wrap and package it up real nice for you. Shit, some of them even come with the original case and the book and everything, you know what I mean? Like, holy. Most of the times, if you buy a game from, like, GameStop or something like that, it's not going to have the book or any shit like that, and it's just going to have the disc. Another thing about them is that they won't actually sell you a game that's fucked. Basically, every game that you get from them is, like, refurbished, reconditioned. So, essentially, it's basically a brand new copy of the game by the time that it comes to your house. It's just kind of, all of them are just sort of covered in, like, that light dust from the buffing machines. Right, so you just have to, like, wipe off the dust real quick, and it is literally a brand new copy of the game. Well, not literally, but as good as new, as they say. You know what I'm saying? Like, fully restored, you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, go check that website out, you guys. I'm sure you guys will find something on there that'll interest you. They got all kinds of shit, man. Memory cards, just about every controller you could think of, any wire that you need, any, like, AV cable for your Xbox, or an old, fucking power cord for your N64, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got that shit. It's insane, the amount of stuff they have. Insane. Every time I go to their website, I'm like, I always end up, you know how you, like, when you buy stuff online, you, like, fill up your little shopping cart with items, and then you, like, check out, right? I'll be clicking on so much shit, get to, like, the payment screen, and it's like $300-something. I'm like, whoa. Where did I go wrong here? And then I'm like, oh yeah, like, I've been sitting here for an hour just fucking adding things to the list. That's how good their website actually is. I was like, you're there for like 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden an hour later you realize that you're still fucking there. Because they just have so much shit. Hey, look at, there it is, you guys, the big thanks. A big thank you to our families, friends, and fans for all their support and encouragement. We couldn't have done it without you. Hell yeah, and they basically got it listed in what seems to be virtually like every damn language known to man. Well, I mean, when you actually turn this game on, like when you start this game up, it asks you what language you want right off the bat, and there is like a massive list of languages to choose from, which is pretty impressive. Not many games go that far into different languages. It's, I guess, just because they wanted this game to go worldwide, you know what I'm saying? Like, they wanted everybody to have a chance to play this game, because, I mean, this game was a lot of work, man. You know, truthfully, man. A lot of work went into this shit. Look at that, 2001 to 2007, 2007, 2007, 2006. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some of these companies, not only have they been around for a long time, but they worked on this game for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy crap. And it shows as well in the game itself. It shows that an actual amount of care and compassion for creating a truly awesome game went into the development of making this game. This is when EA Games was actually making games that were good, you know what I mean? Oh my goodness, you guys. Am I hungry, boy? I'm gonna eat something right after I'm done recording the credits here. But yeah, you know, this was back in a time 10 years ago when EA was making kick-ass fucking games like Need for Speed Carbon and shit like that, before they basically just started pooping out games like what's it called there, like what Call of Duty does. They shit out a new Call of Duty every 3 weeks. You know what I mean? I think every game company kind of caught on to that and was like, well, if they can sell a fucking bajillion copies of their game, you know, every, like, 2 days, basically, like, god damn, it's so stupid. What I don't understand is why the player base hasn't realized that Treyarch and companies like that make Battlefield and Call of Duty and other games like that, people just can't seem to realize that all they're trying to do is steal your money from you. It's the same damn game every single fucking time. You know, there's gonna be, they even reuse the same names over and over again. Like, come on, man. It's like you know, early Call of Duties were fucking amazing. Like 0 Hour and shit like that for PS2. Like, damn, those were good Call of Duties. Call of Duty 4 and shit. Come on, man. Those were good games. I think it was after they released Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2, to me, Black Ops 2 is basically the last good Call of Duty, in my opinion. Any other Call of Duty that comes out after that is them just trying to empty your wallets and fill up theirs. You know? Ooh, you want your gun to be orange? Fucking $18.95. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you idiots doing? But then, you know, you gotta realize that there's some little 13-year-old at home that's like, oh, I want an orange gun. So then his mom's like, okay, little Joey, you can, you know, buy the thing that you want to buy. You know? Parents don't even realize what they're spending their money on. Their kid asks them, hey, can I buy this on the game, Mom? Yeah, sure, sonny. Like, goes to a couple of potions that he's going to use 5 seconds later. It's like if your parents knew that their $15 literally just went for you to use some item that is now no longer in your possession after you use it. 5 seconds, like, come on, man. That's like, I might as well just go and put $15 whoop, right down into the sewer. Because that's basically what I just did. You know, like, what the fuck? So I think, maybe, like, around the time that Crysis came out, I think this was, like, very close to the end of good games, in my opinion. I think the last good games that have ever come out were about maybe, like, 6 or 7 years ago. I would say, like, 2013 and 2014 was, like, the last good years of gaming. You understand what I mean? After that point, game companies, they weren't trying to make good games anymore. They were just trying to make a game and then make an incredible commercial for it so that everybody would buy it. And then everybody buys it and it turns out to be the worst fucking game ever made. Glitchy, completely destroyed, fucked up, worthless, no care. You know what I mean? But they still made their money, so who the fuck cares? But then the player base, this is the part that bugs me, is that the player base will sit there and be like, oh, it's a great game. Like, you're just trying to justify the $90 that you just spent on buying a game that is definitely not a great game. Like, I remember when Cyberpunk first came out, and, like, before it came out, I was trying to tell people on Facebook and shit like that, I was trying to tell people, this is going to be one of the worst games you people have ever seen. Watch. It took them 8 years to make this game. You know what I mean? 8 years. That doesn't mean that the game is going to be good. It means that it's going to be really fucking bad. It means that they argued with each other throughout the development of the game, and it took them 8 years to complete it because nobody was agreeing with anybody else, which is why we ended up with such a mess of a game when Cyberpunk actually came out. Now it's okay. Now you can actually play Cyberpunk, and it looks great. The visuals in that game are absolutely incredible. I'm not going to lie about that. I can't just bury the game entirely. It does have some cool aspects, like the visuals are fantastic in that game. It really does look like you're in some type of futuristic, cyberpunk dystopian world or something like that. It really does. So, they did a fantastic job. I mean, but then, you get enamored by the things around you, and you're like, wow, this is amazing. And then all of a sudden, you see a bunch of NPCs doing the Jesus pose, and people are flying up in the air, and then it's like, well, I no longer want to play that game. Because that just removed me from immersion entirely. I mean, when I walk down the street, people don't fly up and levitate into the air. They're also not all just standing on the side of the street with their arms out sideways doing a Jesus pose. You understand what I mean? It kind of takes you out of the experience of the actual game. But, like I said, nowadays it's not too bad. You have to be playing it on PC to actually enjoy Cyberpunk nowadays. Obviously, the Xbox or PlayStation version are still essentially useless. But the PC version of the game, if you have a really good computer, man, that game's not too bad. You know? It's kind of a shame at the same time, though, because if you actually look at Cyberpunk itself, it really is a shame. It took you guys 8 goddamn years. There's something like, don't quote me because I don't know how many vehicles there are in the game right now, but I remember when the game first came out, there was only like 23 different cars or something in the game. In a game that is basically supposed to be a futuristic version of Grand Theft Auto, you only can muster 20 different vehicles out of that imagination station of yours, you know what I mean? What a waste of 8 years, man. What a fucking waste of 8 years. And then, like, you crash the car and it doesn't even appear to be damaged. You can't even break windows. Like, come the fuck on, dude. What kind of game are people spending their money on nowadays? Like, I just don't get it. And then people were arguing with me on Facebook, oh, you just haven't played it yet. The fuck? The fuck you mean I have... You probably haven't played it. You know what I mean? Are you playing on PlayStation? Okay, then you haven't played it, so shut the fuck up. You know? Like, god damn it. And people were defending that game so hard until, like, a few days after it came out, and people realized that the entire game was just a waste of everything. Like, don't even buy it, let alone put it into your damn computer. You know, people were asking for their money back. It was so bad of a debacle that fucking Sony literally stripped the game from their shelves and gave everybody refunds. That's the first time that PlayStation has ever done that, you guys. I don't know if you know that or not, but there's something like 5,000 PlayStation games, okay? And this was the first game ever that PlayStation was like, nope, we are taking your game off of our shelves because it's a big piece of shit, and you are going to hand every single person that you sold a copy to from PSN, you're going to hand them a fucking refund receipt immediately. You know what I mean? We're not screwing over our fans of our system because you guys couldn't make a fucking game properly. And you know what? Let's go back to Call of Duty again, because, if Call of Duty can shit out a game every 3 weeks, or like one a month, basically, how can Call of Duty crap out a game per month? And actually it ends up being a half-decent fucking game each time. How come it took Cyberpunk and Red Arcade fucking 8 years to make a completely broken game, you know what I'm saying? It just goes to show you that, all the hype and everything like that, never believe hype in the video game world. Fucking never in your life believe hype in the video game world. They'll tell you it's the best game ever. Don't you remember that, never forget that Red Arcade boldly stated that Cyberpunk was going to be the GTA killer. I remember watching that guy say that in that, like, big conference or whatever it was. He was standing on a stage in front of a whole bunch of people, and he was trying to hype up Cyberpunk, and he said, Cyberpunk is going to be the GTA killer. He said, nobody will even know what GTA is anymore after Cyberpunk comes out. And I remember actually laughing. There was a real laugh that was produced when that man said that, because it's like, I don't care what you do, motherfucker, you're not making a better game than GTA. I don't care if Rockstar is the one making Cyberpunk, it's still not going to be better than GTA. Sorry. It's like Legend of Dragoon. When the Legend of Dragoon came out, Sony boldly stated that the Legend of Dragoon was going to be the Final Fantasy killer. And I remember reading that in PlayStation Magazine and thinking to myself, like, have they lost their minds or something? Have they gone nuts? There's no way you're going to beat Final Fantasy. Unless, the only thing that beats Final Fantasy is the next Final Fantasy that comes out. So true, though. The only thing that can beat Final Fantasy is itself. And just like GTA is in a league of its own as well, in my opinion, the only thing that can beat GTA is GTA. I just think it's strange the way that gaming has gone. I think the golden age of gaming is kind of out the door, It's a big shame for somebody like me, as well, who has been playing video games since I was fucking 5 years old. It's a shame to see where games have gone, there are games, to me, there are games that were made in like 1995, 1996 that are better than games that come out today. You know, that should not be a thing. A 27-year-old game should not be better than a game that comes out in 2021. And another thing, too, about modernized gaming is that studios basically make half of a goddamn game, and then they release it, everybody buys it, the game is busted to shit, then they say, oh, we're sorry about that, and then a week later they release a patch, and then another patch, and then another patch to fix the first patch, and then a patch fucking 4.0 to fix the last 3 patches. Like, yo, finish the game, you goddamn half-assed pussies. You know? God damn. It almost makes me, like, upset, you know what I mean? To see where modern gaming has actually come from where it was when I was younger. When games like Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, you know, every Need for Speed that came out was great, every Gran Turismo that came out was great, every game that came out was fucking great. And it's because developers actually cared about the game that they were making. Crysis is one of the last great games, which is why we're still talking about this subject, because in my opinion, Crysis is truthfully one of the last great games that has ever been made. It was like 2011. I'm pretty sure it's around 2012, 2013. Maybe a little bit of games from 2014 and 15 are good as well. But then after that, it's just a total shit show. It's like the Last of Us. The first Last of Us was absolutely amazing. That game is fucking groundbreaking. That game made me cry in the first fucking 10 minutes of it. I literally could not hold that back, yo. Oh. That was the roughest moment in gaming for me. I think that was almost as bad as Aerys's death. When Joel's daughter gets shot by that fucking military guy at the beginning of the first Last of Us. Oh my god, you guys. I didn't even want to play after that. I was fucking destroyed. That destroyed me, dude. Like, legit. The first time that I played the first Last of Us, that shit actually destroyed me. That really hurt me, man, to watch that. Oof. I couldn't imagine. You know what I mean? Your daughter just dies in your arms, like, you know, you don't even have time to really tell her that you love her or nothing. Oh my god, it was so rough. And the character acting and shit like that is fucking second to none in The Last of Us. That scene is so well done. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of the feels right now, you guys, just remembering it. But, you know, it's moments like that make a game fucking amazing. And I find that games nowadays are just so linear. It's like, you know, okay, start, go from here to there, then kill this boss, then go from here to there, kill a bunch of these guys, then kill this boss, then go from here to there, woohoo, you win, credits. And there's like nothing cool that ever happens throughout the entire playthrough of the game. By the time you reach the end, you're just kind of like, okay. You know? Another problem with it, though, and, you know, this is on the other side of the spectrum, is that, you know, basically every story has already been told. You understand what I mean? In movies and games and different things, basically every story has already been told, so you make a game that even has remotely the same story as any other game nowadays, people are going to shit on it. They're going to be like, oh, fucking copycat, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Oh, it's into the second line of credits now because it's back to the thank yous. I guess I just didn't catch it. Well, you guys, that is the end of Crysis. What's that? Crysis 2. Oh, yeah, it's just the advertisement for Crysis 2, yeah. Be strong, be fast, be invisible, be the weapon, you guys. Save mankind from annihilation through the streets of New York City in the multi-award-winning sequel to Crysis. Take control of the next generation nanosuit technology and battle against invading alien forces. Features intense multiplayer action for up to 12 players. You guys, whoa, slow down. Nowadays, it's like fucking 100 and something, isn't it? 120 for some games. Critically acclaimed with over 90 plus review scores. Download Crysis 2 from the Games on Demand now. Oh, and just to mention, I think the first Crysis, I believe that game is only like $6 or $7. Like on the, like if you just search for it on Bing or whatever the fuck you download your games from, pretty sure that game's only like $7. And there's the remastered version of Crysis now as well that just came out like last year. which is literally the exact same game, but everything is basically like, next-gen graphics, essentially, so, the booms look even more boom. But, yeah, man, that is going to be the end of Crysis here, so I'll thank you guys one more time for coming out and watching my playthrough of Crysis, man. It is you guys that make this channel, so, I can't not say thank you to you guys. Yeah, man, if you want to help me out big time, man, subscribe to the channel, hit a like button, and once again, if you want to recommend a game for me to play, go ahead and shout that out in the comments, and if I happen to have it, or if I don't have it, I'll look for it. But that'll be basically the next game that I toss in. If I do have it, that'll be the next one. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much. I wish you guys the total best. I hope you guys have a freaking awesome rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the very next game that I decide to play. Or if you're a fan of The Legend of Dragoon, that is the second game that I'm currently playing right now on my channel. Feel more than free and welcome to go ahead and watch The Legend of Dragoon, my playthrough of that as well, while we wait for the next game to be chosen. Yeah, man, have a good one, you guys. Freaking love you. Bye.